Hi, everyone. Welcome into a Thanksgiving edition of Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal. We'll get your lineup set for week number 12 here. And joining us again is Cynthia Frelund from the NFL Network. First of all, Cynthia, happy Thanksgiving. And I know we normally talk about football on here, but I have to ask you, I know you on Instagram love to prepare meals and share recipes with your viewers. So I have to ask you, give me a go-to dish for this year's Thanksgiving meal.
Well, this one's perfect considering New Orleans. I think of some Cajun spices. You take the Mike's Hot Honey and you put it in a pecan pie, and it's awesome, and everyone thinks you did all this amazing work, and it's super easy, and it tastes really good. So I'm telling you, a nice, spicy pecan pie.
I'm all in on that. I'm definitely going to make that. That's fantastic. Great way to start this conversation, and we'll continue this conversation with the Sunday game between the New Orleans Saints and the Denver Broncos. Saints coming off a big win over the rivals in the Atlanta Falcons. Broncos with an impressive win as well over the Miami Dolphins. So give me someone to start and give me someone to sit in this matchup.
Okay, so I'm definitely starting your quarterback, Taysom Hill. Now, some sites allowed you to play him as a tight end last week. No. You want to go ahead and play him still as a quarterback on every site possible. This is going to be a great situation where his ability to use his legs is going to pay dividends just like we saw last week here again. Now, on the other side of the ball, you got to be careful because that Saints defense has been really stout. So either running back for the Denver Broncos, I'm not playing either one. Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay, not happening on my team this week in any way, shape, or form. I'm not going against Demario Davis. Not happening.
Two great picks there for the Saints and the Broncos. Let's focus in on, unfortunately, the bad news with Joe Burrow, as he'll be out for basically a calendar year with that gruesome leg injury. So before we get to waiver wires, I do want to talk about quarterbacks that could be out there that player or fantasy owners can replace Joe Burrow with.
Yeah, so this is a tricky one because there have been a lot of guys who've been a little bit middling. So middling meaning like some weeks they've been good and some weeks they haven't been so good. But this week, I know it's going to sound strange because he got benched last week, but you're going to want to roll with Tua Tagovailoa again. They're playing the Jets. The Jets are missing a ton of pieces on their defense. Like all of their starting corners are either hurt or just not there in some way, shape, or form. So that, for me, means that this could be a great Tua game. There's risk there, but there's a lot of reward as well. Because remember, Devontae Parker might have a little bit of a revenge because it's his former coaching staff that he's facing in the Jets.
Good choice there with Tua. Speaking of waiver wire pickups, I know everyone is clamoring right now to pick up some players getting ready for Thursday and Sunday. So what are some options besides the quarterback that some fantasy owners can look out for?
Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that you're watching the injury report very carefully because there's a lot of Ravens on this injury report. But you could possibly take advantage of the fact that Gus Edwards might be the only one available. So you might want to put a little asterisk next to him and see if he's going to be there for your fantasy needs. Now, someone who is more assuredly going to be there, the Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr., who really had like this breakout game. He's really starting to roll, and if you look to see where the Tennessee Titans, and by the way, this is a must-win for both teams, they're vulnerable to where Michael Pittman Jr. runs routes. So that's a good pick, especially in this matchup this week.
Great insight, as always, from Cynthia Frelund of the NFL Network. Those were your Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal. Cynthia, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Happy Thanksgiving.